Hey guys, welcome back to News to Astonish. We discuss comics, movies, games, and more. Here to talk to you about Tom Holland's new Spider-Man 4 contract deal going on right now. At least that's the rumor going on right now. We already have spoken a lot about Tom Holland and how he feels about playing the webhead once again. You know, he's spoken about how he doesn't probably want to return to the role, and then again, Sony wants another 3 Spider-Man movies. So it's kind of like all over the place right now. So everything I'm about to discuss, please take that with a huge grain of salt. I'm going to be getting this information from the direct.com. So again, take it with a huge grain of salt. None of this can be confirmed at this time, but there's a lot of word going on from like people who are in the movie industry, and we're going to go ahead and discuss this. But before we get started, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss anything. Post videos on the daily, live stream once in a while. Also, follow me on social media such as Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch for other content there if you don't want to support me on YouTube. So definitely subscribe because it really helps out the channel a lot. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, there are new updates from some insiders are teasing incoming news regarding Tom Holland's MCU future in Spider-Man 4 and beyond. The actor was last seen as Spidey in 2021's immensely successful Spider-Man No Way Home, which saw a team up with both Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. However, despite that film giving his character a new start, he hasn't been seen since. In fact, besides showing up in one unnamed MCU film, the actor isn't currently set to appear in any other projects as Spider-Man. In July of this year, insider Jeff Snyder noted that plans are in place for more of the wall crawler on screen, but he doesn't actually believe he has actually signed on to a deal yet. In a statement made in May 2022, Sony Pictures chairman Tom Rothman said that he hopes to get working on Tom Holland's next Spider-Man movie. Yet, despite all that talk, nothing has been officially been made, so there are rumors that the 4th movie is aiming for a release in July of 2024. Some whispers even indicate that Daredevil might be involved. While there still remains no official word on a new movie, some new updates might offer some promising news. There might be some upcoming Spider-Man contract deals. So for those wondering what might be next for Tom Holland in the MCU, new information might be just around the corner, at least according to some updates from a few entertainment insiders. In a new tweet, the Cosmic Circus, Lizzie Hill, drew attention to a previous post from November 8th, which included a gif of Tom Holland saying, "That's right, I'm Spider-Man." Hill quoted the tweet saying how she hopes Tom Holland is having a great day. Most notably, at the end of the sentence, she added a winky face emoji noting that something was up. Insider Culture Spider gave credit to Lizzie Hill, who pointed out how she was the first to hint it at. Lizzie knew it was coming and was the first to hint it at. You all know she's a badass. But what exactly were these two referring to? Well, another tweet from Culture Spider made it pretty clear. New Tom Holland deal coming right up. Could Spider-Man 4 and other future outings for Tom Holland's Spider-Man now finally be in the works with contracts signed and everything? And what projects would such a deal contain? Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus crossed out at least one possibility, making it clear how he's heard that Tom Holland's contract does not feature Disney Plus appearances. Holland's contract does not feature Disney Plus appearances, I'm being told. So if any deal out there includes an appearance in Disney Plus show, chances are it isn't real. How fans are reacting to the Spider-Man 4 rumors. Fans were excited about these rumors. However, while some have treated these news as fact, it's important to know that Holland's signing of a new Spider-Man deal remains unconfirmed and has not yet been reported by any major outlet. So even if you heard it from me on Twitter, which you should follow at News to Astonish, by the way, that's my handle, shameless plug-in, I know. Let's say you heard that from me or any other people in my circle who report these kinds of things. Please take it with a huge grain of salt, because none of that information can actually be confirmed unless it actually comes from Sony or Marvel Studios first. It is still unconfirmed, so it's all hearsay from now on. So please take that into consideration as well. Just because people are saying things and people are hearing things doesn't make it true. So at Gilmore34 wished everyone a good morning alongside a picture collage. Good morning to Tom Holland and his brand new contract and everyone who is so happy for him. And people seem to be so certain that this is actually the real thing. One Twitter user at RSR2420 was particularly excited, yelling in full caps to the internet, "Holy effing shit, Tom Holland signed a new deal." At Symbiotic also felt celebrating via yelling to the void, "Let's go, new contract secured." At both tweets predicted that Holland would squeeze for a bunch of Spider-Man movies before then going on to retire as the webhead. If a lot of these users on Twitter are saying more or less almost the same thing, obviously there has to be some sort of truth to it, maybe some merit to those claims, but again, these are just people hearing some word about it. And another thing about Tom Holland retiring as Spider-Man, I think it's a little too soon. The man is only 26 years old. He still has plenty of life in him. He can play Spider-Man well into his 40s if he wanted to. Even if his old 50s, like, you know, his early 50s, if he wanted to play Spider-Man, he can still do it. I mean, there are plenty of actors today in the MCU still working as superheroes, and they're already in their late 40s to early 50s. You know, example, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. He's like 52 years old, and he's still playing Ant-Man. So I think he's going to squeeze for a bunch of Spider-Man movies at once, then to retire from being Spider-Man. So his own movie trilogy, again, Madam Web and some Avenger stuff, then someone else will take over. Honestly, I don't know how long Sony can put out more Spider-Man spin-off movies, because the deal with Sony is that they need to at least make one Spider-Man movie of any kind of film related to the Spider-Man character. They got to make one at least every 2 years. And we've already seen the slate of Marvel movies coming up in the next few years. There is this like weird gap where like it's like 9 months of nothing, and somewhere in there a Spider-Man movie needs to show up. They didn't announce anything about Spider-Man in like the last showcase that we had, including the D23 showcase. So I'm hoping that maybe we should be getting some sort of updates or some details within maybe mid next year to even late next year. Because in order for Sony to keep the rights to Spider-Man, they need to be putting out a film at least every couple years, so they don't lose that rights, and that way those rights don't revert back to Marvel. But as much as I want that to happen, I really like where Sony and Disney is headed as far as this goes, because they've become so much more lenient in allowing Disney to use Spider-Man, and it's really exciting what they're doing. And also, Sony has been making some decent Spider-Man movies, including the Into the Spider-Verse. And of course, we have the sequels coming out, the animated Beyond the Spider-Verse sequel that's coming out. So I'm pretty excited for that as well. I just don't want them to keep making like spin-off sequels or spin-off movies like the Solo Craven movie or the Madam Web movie or Morbius, which were huge failures. Madam Web, I'm kind of curious about, but I'm not exactly excited about. Craven, you can forget it. I'm not excited about that movie whatsoever. Shit, I almost spilled my drink. Another tweet that says here, Spidey's archive pointed out how we're hoping for another trilogy. No official news yet as far as I know, but it looks like Tom Holland has signed a deal, hoping for another trilogy. This is amazing news to wake up to. So what's next for Tom Holland in the MCU? While Tom Holland couldn't stop himself from continually teasing how he might be done with the role of post No Way Home, it would seem that was never the case. If the above rumors are true, they aren't exactly surprising, seeing as how the movie capped off an origin trilogy for the hero. However, it was clear that John Watts' third movie was far from the last time the world had seen his iconic webhead. But what's next? Well, Spider-Man 4 is the obvious choice. With the character now alone, trying to get by in New York City, fans could be in for one of the most comic accurate takes on the character yet. As for who he might go up against, Kingpin and Scorpion could be two great guesses. Then there's the symbiote from Tom Hardy's Venom roaming around the MCU. There's also the unannounced Marvel Studios movie that the web-slinger is contractually obligated to be a part of. Maybe Spidey will team up with Anthony Mackie in Captain America: The New World Order, or tag along with Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool 3, or that spot will be left for something further down the line, such as Fantastic Four or Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. If the character gets another trilogy, Tom Holland will be around for a long time. Maybe Marvel Studios will also start paving the road for Miles Morales to make his debut. And as for when Spider-Man 4 will release, currently rumors indicate that the studios are aiming for July 12, 2024. In my opinion, for Miles Morales to show up, he needs to show up sometime pretty soon, preferably right after Spider-Man 4. As far as where else Spider-Man can show up in the MCU movies, I do want to see a Daredevil Spider-Man team up, and I do want to see a Spider-Man versus Kingpin kind of movie. I'm really hoping we get those at least before Tom Holland ditches the role of Spider-Man, but we'll just have to wait and see. Until then, guys, be on the lookout. Take everything with a huge grain of salt when you keep hearing these rumors about new contract deals and everything. Again, none of it is official until you actually hear word from Marvel Studios and Sony. Until then, keep an eye out. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.